We're going to very briefly touch on handwriting analysis. Unlike other forms of suspect identification, handwriting analysis, or graphology, is not an exact science and is often referred to as pseudoscience. Instead, it is primarily based on experience and several basic principles. First, it is viewed as being as identifiable as a fingerprint. That is, no two writers should share the same combination of handwriting characteristics given sufficient quantity and quality of writing to compare. The second principle asserts that there is natural variation in a person's writing, and he or she will not write the same letter or number exactly the same twice. This is because human beings are not capable of machine-like precision and repetition. This variation is considered normal, and when there are enough samples of a person's writing, can serve as an added factor in identifying the writing. Third, there is no one single writing characteristic that is so unique by itself that it will individualize handwriting. And lastly, there are not a set number of characteristics that must be matched to determine the identity of an author. As you can see from these principles, there is a lot of room for human error. Some of the aspects of writing that they examine are the space between the words or lines, the slant of the writing, if it appears that there was pressure applied while the person was writing, the legibility, size of the letters, and so on. Typically, graphologists use these aspects of writing to identify underlying personality. While there is some evidence of a relationship between gender and handwriting style, the correlation is weak. Here's an example of a handwriting analysis of President Obama, and as you can see on the notes on the side, there are plenty of inferences made about him based on the specifics of his handwriting. For example, in the top right corner, the end of that word they're saying means he's fluid mind and determination, or that an open H loop equals an open mind to different philosophies. As for handwriting analysis in court, in Cameron v. Knapp, the court ruled that an expert may testify as to the authenticity of a writing, but not as to an individual's physical or mental condition based on a handwriting sample. In other words, they can speak to whether two samples match, but cannot say the person who wrote something is, for example, a white male with schizophrenia, or is someone with a low ego defense. Overall, handwriting analysis may aid investigations, but many courts have not allowed that testimony in as evidence.